Welcome to another episode of Dirty Riches. I am Jason. We're in Kansas and it is mid-April and it's supposed to snow tomorrow. Today, we're going to go out and hit a few spots and see if any of the research is correct, any visual clues are correct as to whether this is a spot to work harder later when the weather does get better. So for scouting, I'm just driving around and I'm just looking with my eyes at stuff. All the maps in the world will do you no good unless you look at it yourself and determine whether this is a place that has potential in your eyes. So for scouting, we spend about half an hour at a location and see if we come up with anything neat or desirable. And I will show you some of the things that clue me into this is a spot that is worth investigating. This is the first spot that I have chosen to try. I do not do tot lots as a rule. I think it's a cop-out, but that's not why I stopped. The reason that I stopped here at this little park is not because of the sidewalk, not because of the pavement, but because the original stone curb is still here. So this area has been fairly untouched by construction equipment through the years. So let's see if we can find anything. When I'm scouting an area, I'm looking for stuff that's deep and highly conductive. So I'm not running a grid pattern or anything. I'm just wandering around to see what's there. This is what you want to see. Look at the depth, 7 inches. So we're gonna dig this and see what we've got. All I found so far were a few zinc pennies and one memorial from 76. After I get this dug, I'll show you what I got. All right, it appears that I have it down in the hole. It really was 7 inches deep. Let's see what... it's a memorial penny. Okay, so something that deep. Let's see what the date is. It's a 59 though. Okay, so we're on the right path, even though it's not a week. All right, I just had a really tough signal between some iron and had a high tone mixed in about 6 inches deep. Just flip the plug back and it's in the bottom of the hole. Just another memorial. Stuff's still here. On to the next. Okay, so this is a good scouting mission. So there's where that 1959 came out of. We're talking, what, like 2 feet over? Another screaming signal. There it is. That's gonna be silver. That is, there's a Roosevelt. Yep. 1964, barely made the cut. Speaking of cut, that thing is beat on the edge. All right, another good indication of a good spot is when you can find a quarter still that is like 2 inches deep. Means nobody's been here, or if they have been here, they are not paying attention, or they're running real fast, not running a grid pattern or whatever. $12.43, 8 inches deep. We're digging that. I'll be back. All right, so we're gonna wrap up this scouting session. Got some trash, obviously, a little bit of steel, bottle cap, lipstick thing, some aluminum. Then that last hole that I left you off at, I thought was just a chunk of aluminum until I got it over here and unfolded it. It's actually a humatoon. This is a old, like, child's musical instrument. So that actually ended up being pretty cool. Never seen one of them before. And then I got the 5 pennies, some of which are still copper. One's a 59, the quarter, and the silver dime. So what I've learned from this location is there's a lot of targets left, but there's a lot of trash also. So this is going to be something to come back to with a pile of patience and a smaller search coil. Clear out the top layer of garbage and then put the CTX to work and see what is down below. So on to the next location as soon as I find one. Alright, so I chose this spot as my scouting location number 2 because there's water. People love water. Just a little pond in the center of a city. Let's see what happens. As someone who likes to fish, I think this is hilarious. Laying here on the ground is this rig. That is a massive hook for this little pond. I mean, what are we trying to catch here, folks? I'll see when I find something. So I've run into something out here that is not good for anybody trying to find anything. This is all slag. So back when they originally built this, they used slag pieces to backfill, which is going to make detecting here so much harder. That explains a lot from what I've been hearing. Oh man, I think I found a ring on the surface. Oh, it's one of those stupid silicone. No, it's not even a silicone ring, it's just a piece of garbage. There's a rivet next to it. Maybe I'll find something here. We'll find out. Well, I found a copper penny. No great checks. But what I also found when I flipped the hole is not only do we have slag, but we also have charcoal residue. So there was a fire here also. This place has everything going against it. Well, if the slag and the fire residue wasn't enough, everything is held together with old fencing. So we have old fencing, slag, and ash all working against us. I'm going to be shocked if I find anything here. I see something in the hole. I just popped this from some of the worst ground I've ever seen. Let's see what it is. It appears to be something really melted. Maybe it was a ring at one point. I don't know. I'll clean it up when I get home and see if I can figure out what this might have been. On to the next. Man, this place just keeps getting better and better. Found a chunk of aluminum. Also found a whole lot of fill dirt. So it's been pushed around, burned, filled with slag, and reinforced with fencing wire. Yeah, doesn't get much worse than this. Well, apparently, at some point, someone realized that to go with that size hook, they needed a 2-ounce sinker in the 1/4 acre pond. I pulled up a state quarter from about 2 inches deep. Hopefully I run out of time at this location soon. Okay, so my half hour is up. I just want you to hear how much trash is in this soil. Actually, I just stumbled on a good target. I'm going to try digging this, and then we'll do the wrap up for this location. 1243, 8 inches deep. We're digging that. I'll be back. All right, here's what was found at location number 2 scouting. Got 4 quarters, 6 pennies. All the pennies are copper. Got our enormous fishing gear, that brass that we won't clean up, a little bit of steel, a little bit of aluminum. So what I learned from this location is that there are billions of acres of land in this country to choose from, and I will never choose this spot again. This is the worst ground that I've seen in nearly 30 years of doing this, and I will not be back. So that is the whole point of scouting, is to figure out whether it's worth going or not. This definitely is not. The wind's really picking up, but I'm going to try to find another spot before the weather moves in. All right, scouting location number 3. Middle of nowhere. Nothing here. Bike path. But there's this grove of trees seemingly here for no reason. They're bigger than average for the area also. So I'm wondering why these trees are here and why they haven't been cut down and used for building or firewood or whatever. So that's my indicator for trying to scout this spot out. Let's see what we find. So first hole I dug was a granola bar wrapper. Second hole was just a little shard of aluminum can. Third hole though, it's a foil cap from an old milk bottle. So maybe there is something old here. I'll keep investigating. So this is interesting. So I just dug another hole, got another milk cap. This one is actually marked Meadow Gold, which was a dairy around here. I've never seen one that was colored before. So that's pretty cool. Also in the same hole was a chunk of bone. Don't know what that means exactly, but there's definitely old stuff here. All right, well, this is just getting weird. Third in a row, another foil milk cap. This looks like a different brand than I'm used to. Get cleaned up when I get home. Then we got the almighty pull tab on the next hole. 3 milk caps in a row, and then a 99 nickel. Go figure. See what else is here. Well, I just found all the evidence I need that this is a spot to hit over and over. Just pulled up a corroded, incredibly corroded, what looks like a 30-30 shell from 8 inches deep. So there was definitely stuff going on here 100 years or more ago. So, yep, this spot gets an A+ on my scouting. Go around it a little more than the other spots, just see if I can pop anything else out the next like 10-15 minutes. So continuing to mosey along, I did just find an old fired bullet. It's like maybe a 32 caliber. It's too big to be a 22, but that's cool. More evidence this area is old. Now, on top of everything else gun related, on the end of a shotgun shell, Winchester repeater. I know I've seen this one before, but I can't remember how old it is. Next hole is a pen. Looks like a 1960s design to me, maybe 70s. Pretty cool. Don't find many of those. All right, it got too windy to do the recap out at the third location, so I'm doing it now. So you can see on the left side we've got all of the trash that was dug, and then on the right side we've got the indicators that this is a spot we're going to want to go back to. We've got up at the top those foil milk caps. We got a couple of shotgun shell ends. After the wind picked up, I found this fob pocket knife. Then we've got that 30-30 shell. Found a couple 22s. Lead fishing weight. A bullet. And a few modern coins. But even at modern, they're in the early 60s on most of these dates. So out of this scouting mission, we are definitely going to go back to location 1 and location 3. Location 2, that place is dead to me. So hopefully this helped you in your mission to find some good ground. Please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.